Oh, hi there. So, what's going on? What's going on? Oh yeah, there's videos on my channel again. There's videos on my channel again. What's happening? What's happening? Is the world coming to an end? Is the world coming to an end? No. I'm just finally getting off my butt for some of these videos. And let me tell you, I am feeling really bad about it too. I'm looking at the date that these videos were recorded, and it's been almost a year at this point. And when it comes to the content I have sitting on my hard drive regarding video game coverage, I don't really mind as much if that coverage doesn't come out in a timely fashion, because a lot of it's not particularly popular to begin with, and in some cases, the video game that I was doing coverage for either turned out to be something that I didn't want to cover that way on my channel, or, well, to be honest, it just wasn't actually all that good a video game to do coverage on. And unlike other channels where, they have fun ripping video games apart, I don't want this channel to be like that. I prefer this channel to be a little bit more on the positive side. But when it comes to these live footage videos, especially of these talented individuals that I saw at WorldCon, I really feel bad that I didn't get the videos done and made sooner. That, WorldCon 75 is almost out at this point, and the WorldCon 74 stuff is still not done. And that just makes me feel bad. And it's not, and again, it doesn't even have anything to do with popularity. These videos still aren't particularly popular. I had one video that gained a decent amount of popularity, I'm pretty sure mostly because it was showing someone in a corset, being dressed up in a corset. But for the most part, other than a couple of people that everyone's like, oh wow, you've got an interview and you're talking to this individual, most of those videos haven't been popular, so it's not really the popularity thing that's holding me back. And I hate using the stupid migraine excuse, especially since I don't feel it's adequate in this case. But I do have to say, I'm always looking for things that I can do and enjoy, regardless of the level of pain I'm in at any given time. And I hate editing live videos. It gives me a whole new respect for any YouTuber who actually tries to do a professional job editing live videos, because the amount of time and nitpicky detailing that goes into editing a live video. I think the smallest amount of time I've spent working on one of these videos is half an hour, and my longest video is like 8 minutes. That's kind of almost ridiculous amount of work for amount of contact, and those aren't even like the 1-to-1 ratio. I had a video that I spent over 3 hours working on, and it was like 3 minutes long, just because of I really feel bad about the concept of just posting a video that has someone in the background that I did not receive permission from to film. So I always want to put a mosaic over those individuals. And, between the trying to stabilize the videos, which I often have to do all kinds of crazy tricks for, and I'm still not really happy with how well the videos are coming out as far as their steadiness is concerned. And part of that was just my fault, not having any experience actually doing the live filming with the camera and knowing how steady I needed the camera to be in order for good content to come out. But between all of the little editing things, and I haven't even jumped into sound editing. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do all of the video portion of the editing. I haven't even started learning the sound stuff. And when I finally do start going to that, it's going to increase even more the time that a live video will take to record or to edit and put out. So I'm going to finish the WorldCon footage. Um, I apologize in advance to a couple of people I did interviews for. They ended up... It's one thing if, if I'm talking to an author who's a talented author and they're selling me something they did. It's another thing when I'm talking to someone who's just like a marketing director or something like that for a project that you as YouTubers may not even be interested in. So not all of the WorldCon footage is going to come out. And the one that I'm really disappointed is I'm not going to be doing the video for Phil and Kaya Folio because I only got to shoot once there, and there's a lot of background conversations, and Phil and Kaya were just really, really busy at the time. So basically all I got to do was, show the products that they brought to the convention and say, hey, there's Phil, there's Kaya, and that's... I don't think anyone really wants to see that. I think if I'd actually been able to, talk to Phil and Kaya the way I was able to talk to some of the other authors, I think that might have been a bit more interesting. But, so that one, unfortunately, I'm probably not going to put that one up because it's not good content. And I am going to still do the cosplay video. I might, if there's going to be additional live video footage, because I think there will still be a place for it on this channel. The live footage is probably going to be situations where I'm at a convention and where the booth is situated and how much space I have available and the con traffic flow gives me an opportunity to really focus in on the cosplays that are coming and put them in a nice isolated environment where they can do whatever kind of performances that they want to do for their cosplays, to show off their cosplays and show off what they've done. If I can't do that, I have a buddy who is a heck of a lot more popular than I am. Holy cow. He has a ridiculous number of followers, named Reverend X Purple. And he does cosplay photos. And so what I might do is both to kind of feature his work and feature the talented cosplayers I see at convention, I might have him send me his favorites of the cosplay photos that he took at any given convention, and then I might go through, pick out the ones I think maybe the channel would be most interested in, and it'll literally just be almost a musical slideshow. It's a lot easier to edit someone out of a photo than it is to edit someone out of a video. So I can do a lot more there as far as, focusing in on the cosplayer themselves, and, I'm a little bit better at graphics editing. I'm still very, very much a novice, but I'm a little bit better at graphics editing than I am at video editing. So that's something that shouldn't take me as long, whereas I'm thinking that the final video I'm going to do for WorldCon, which will be the cosplay video, is going to take forever. Other than that, I am hoping that I will be able to start bringing more regular content. Again, I'm not going to try to do this. Is not going to be a daily content channel, and I'm not going to try to stick to a schedule. But I am going to try to get videos out more frequently instead of having, these months-long gaps where no videos show up. Especially since I'm going to be perfectly honest here, one of the reasons why this months-long gap happened was I deep dived really hard into Path of Exile with the fact that Legacy League was out and the beta was out, and I had friends that were playing Path of Exile at the time, and the fact that it has hit a need that I don't think I was fully aware I had for a game in my life currently. So that took up a lot of time because of how far I deep dived into that. And another thing happened is I got back into 40K. I was hoping to do some Dawn of War videos. I'm not going to rule that out, but I'm not liking the look of Dawn of War 3 post-release. as much as I was hyped up for. You know, it's always one of those things, like, you try not to get hyped because you can always become disappointed. And unfortunately, I walked away a little disappointed. So, this isn't the first time this has happened. I did not like the multiplayer for Dawn of War 2 when it initially came out, but it got better. So, I'm hoping that within an expansion or two, Dawn of War 3 will become a game that I'll have a lot more fun with and be a lot more willing to put on the channel. I've also been doing a lot of painting. I've discovered that painting is one of those things I can do that not only can I do it when I'm in pain, but it actually really, really helps my pain. Like, I get into this Zen state, and just, for a while, it's just me, the miniature, and the flow of paint on the brush. And I might do, like, some kind of showcase. I don't think my work is ready for that point, though, as far as, like, showcasing. Although I'm really happy with how my Turvagon came out. But I'm guaranteed that as I continue to build my skills more, I'll probably look back in, like, 6 months and be like, oh my god, these are so horrible, why did I do this? But, especially since that's another one where I'm constantly trying to, you know, update my techniques and learn and do new things. And I actually have gotten to try 8th edition now, and I gotta say, I really like 8th edition. There's a lot about it I really, really like. There are some choices they made that I think are interesting, we'll say. And I've had some people who know a little bit of the higher level strategy explain why those choices exist, but they still don't feel very thematic to me. The big one, and this is going to sound odd coming from someone who plays Tyranids, I honestly do feel that vehicles should be able to withdraw from combat and still fire. To me, that makes sense. And I've had some people say that, well, that doesn't necessarily apply to vehicles in the 40k setting. And I'm like, yeah, but not all vehicles in the 40k setting are equal. I think that at least some vehicles should have that capability. And the idea that, you know, a vehicle's going to get completely bogged down in combat by a handful of infantry seems odd to me. And I know sometimes you have the advantage of the vehicle has the higher movement speed so they can get out of combat, but especially for my army, it's like, no, they don't. That vehicle better have a pretty high movement speed if it wants to get away from most Tyranid infantry, so yeah, but on the whole, I really, really like new 40k. I really like the new direction that new G-Dubs is going. I wish Dawn of War 3 had come out a little better. Of course, we've got Total War Warhammer 2 coming out this fall. I'm hoping that will kind of take that series even further and maybe fix some of the problems that there were in Endgame, where Endgame kind of started to drag on. But, yeah. So that's the channel update. Oh, except for one thing. I am going to be streaming this weekend. I'm going to try doing this. There's a reason why I deep dived into Path of Exile, and that's because I love it. So, what I'm probably going to try to do is, first of all, like I said, I'm going to stream this weekend on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Dierdrich. And I'm going to be streaming the beginning of Harbinger League and my first kind of deep dive into Harbinger League. And I'm hoping, my plan is to only deep dive for the weekend and then turn it into a little bit more of a casual thing so I can get other projects worked on. And what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to wait until I've finished uploading Diablo 3 solo season survival series and Undertale. And once those are done once those are done undertaling, or uploading is what I was meaning to say there, then we will be going on to some Path of Exile content. Basically, I I think this game is fantastic, and I want to sing its praises because I think it is everything I have wanted. And the funny thing is I've actually been playing it for a while now, and I don't quite know why it didn't get its hooks in me before. I have a theory as to why that happened, and I might cover that in a later video. But man, Legacy League sunk its hooks in and did not let go. I just had so much fun with that whole experience. And again, the game's not perfect. There's some things I can nitpick about it, but it's just a really, really fantastic game. And where it used to be when I'd be trying other Diablo-style action RPGs like Path of Exile or Torchlight, my sentiment while I was doing them would be, I really I want to play some Diablo 2 or Diablo 3. Now, I've been playing Diablo 3 Rise of the Necromancer, and my sentiment is, I want to play more Path of Exile. So that is literally how much this has, flipped around and got its hooks in. It's basically replaced the Diablo series and the Diablo franchise for me, and I do feel it is, in many ways, a better successor. I'm not going to say it's a better game, but it's a better successor to Diablo 2. And in fact, somebody went and there's a mod that you can do for Diablo 2 called Path of Diablo, which takes some of the concepts that they worked into Path of Exile and brings them back in time to Diablo 2 to create kind of that same play experience and that same high detail, high strategy, high planning experience that Path of Exile creates. So, streams this weekend. Again, I'm not going to make any promises as to when videos are going to come out. I'm just really going to work to try to keep them out. There is going to be a WorldCon video posted on... there's going to be a WorldCon video posted on Friday. And I can guarantee that one because of the fact that I've actually already got it edited. So... but eventually I'm sure that editing backlog, I'm going to catch up to it again, even at the slow rate that I'm uploading. But with that, I think that's pretty much all there is right now. So, Divine Erdrick out, and thank you all guys so much for your patience if you've still been following this channel this long.